going on? This is Blakey Blake's Game Room, and today we're going to be talking about Project Crystallis. Now, what this is a, not a Kickstarter, but more like a Project Rainfall campaign that is trying to get, kind of shed some light on a couple Final Fantasy games. Now, the games that we're talking about here are going to be Final Fantasy Versus 13, which we already know is going to come out eventually at some point in time. Who knows when? Yeah, so that could be, a year from now or whenever. But the other one that we know about that Western fans here really want is Final Fantasy Type 0, or what used to be called Final Fantasy Agito 13. Now, this game was first announced back when they announced all the Final Fantasy 13 games, back when it was called Fabula Nova Crystallis. Now, what this was supposed to be like a trilogy game of Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy Versus 13, and Final Fantasy Agito 13. Agito 13 was first meant to be a cell phone game that used some kind of card battle, but that was scrapped when 13 had gotten mixed reviews and all that, so they changed it to Final Fantasy Type 0 and put it on the PlayStation Portable. Now, I've watched tons of gameplay on this video game, reviews, unboxings, and all that, and this game looks really good. It looks better than Crisis Core. It has the same music producer as Crisis Core, which Crisis Core was a great game, but this takes Crisis Core to a whole new level. The combat system, it's a mix between Crisis Core and the Third Birthday. Definitely a very unique combat system. There's even some RTS elements in this Final Fantasy game, which I think is really cool. And the whole voice acting and everything just sounds absolutely top notch, like any Square Enix Final Fantasy game should be. And this game came out on October 27th of 2011, and this group, Project Crystallis, is trying to get Square Enix to release it over here, much like Operation Rainfall went after Nintendo to get Xenoblade Chronicles and The Last Story, and they're still working on Pandora's Tower to get those released in the States and over here and whatnot. But they have about 2,000 people that have signed the petition. I'm going to leave a link to all of their stuff below. So definitely go check out Project Crystallis, because they want to get this game over here. And trust me, if you're a PSP owner, if you like the Final Fantasy games, if you like the Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII, if you enjoyed that game, if you enjoyed the Third Birthday a little bit, if you enjoyed any of these Final Fantasy portable PSP games, you'll really want to play this one. And I know a lot of people have imported it and played it in Japanese and all that, but personally, I like to read and know the entire story of what's going on, instead of having to have a, having to look up at the screen, okay, that's what they said, okay, blah blah, that whole deal. So, definitely, they even had a collector's edition of this, which had an amazing art book. So hopefully they'll come out with something maybe like that over here, like they did with Last Story. That's yet to be seen. And definitely go sign the petition. Go tell them you want this game over here. This petition is going straight at Square Enix. Write them a little paragraph telling them why you want this game here. And yeah. So definitely go like this game. Now, at the end of this video, I will also be trying to participate in the international video that they're making. So that's why that part is at the end. Remember to check out all the links down below for Project Crystallis. Go like them on Facebook and Twitter, where you'll be able to get updated with all the up-to-date stuff going on. And remember to go sign that petition, because that's the most important thing. So thank you guys for watching. And this has been Blake with Blake's Game Room. Thank you very much. Where is Final Fantasy Type 0?